have seen or heard by now, President Trump shared a video with an image depicting the Obamas as apes. Well, after 12 hours, the president has officially taken that video down. Initially, the White House defended it, saying that the criticism surrounding that video was fake outrage. But now we just talked to a White House official inside, and they told us that they believe that a staffer erroneously posted that video. We heard from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, but the criticism from Republicans was swift, calling the video racist, calling it appalling and vile, some calling on the president to apologize. And of course, there is a long racist history behind images like those. Images like those were shared by slave traders, by segregationists, as a way to dehumanize Black people, to make them feel like other or less than.
Call him a racist or to imply that he is one based on that video is very disingenuous and lacking context.
Well, too bad. Because let me tell you something. If you don't want somebody to call you that, then you don't do things like this. He didn't show Biden and everybody else. They just showed the Obama part. So it doesn't matter what it clicks and
but
scrolls
it wasn't,
to.
But they didn't do it on purpose,
This is an unforced
Chris, which
error.
is the issue. It is an unforced error, but that's very different than being vindictive about it and doing it on purpose. It is an unforced error.
Well, what
it's
good?
very
Give me a
different
good
than
reason.
purposely clipping it to show that.
Well, first of all, it was absolutely purposely clipped to show the Obama part. It was just part of a much bigger video. That's not the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning of the video.
It was an automatic scroll.
It's not the first thing you would see.
It was an automatic, right, because it's the end of the video, which automatically scrolled into the next video. That's what happens.
Oh, no, I know. I understand how buffering and queuing works. What I'm saying is somebody
so that's what
made
happened.
a choice.
It wasn't a vindictive portrayal of the Obamas.
You call it what you want.
And what happens...
And let me tell you something. If I do something like that, if I did that, first of all, I'd probably get fired. But if I did that, guess what people would call me? A bigot. You know why? That's a bigoted thing to put out. That's why. And we both know it.
Part 1 sparked a lot of comments, reaction, just said as much as video itself. As this story spreads, people aren't just reacting to Trump anymore. They are reacting to the pattern, the language, and the way respect keeps being demanded from communities that feel disrespected again and again. This is Rika's Take, part 2, and today we are talking about the comments are really telling us the truth, and the story is about to begin from now.
Claims are being made once again that President Donald Trump is a racist, but here's the truth about the video that Trump shared on Truth Social, wherein there was a portion of it that showed former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama superimposed over a couple of apes. Here's the truth. First off, let me show you the actual video, not the selective edited portion that you've probably been seeing online put up by the radical left. So here's the video in question. Now, as you can see, it's about a minute long. We're about 53 seconds in. This entire video up until this point had basically been reporting on how 2020 might have been a stolen election. You get to about the 56-second mark in the video, and this happens. Watch.
Spike occurred that favored Joe Biden.
So first off, whoever posted the original video talking about a potential stolen election in 2020 should have previewed the entire video. It's clearly a setup. It's been deleted off of Truth Social, and that's a good thing. Here's my proof. This is the actual video that little tiny bit was clipped from and placed inside of the video that was posted on Trump's Truth Social. Watch.
Just dropped my kid off at school. Dear parents, dear siblings, dear cousins, dear aunts and uncles, dear grandparents of the world and of mine, I need you to hear me say with these words that what the president posted about the Obamas is absolutely unconscionable. And I know that it's no secret that I am not a fan of the current president. But if you haven't said anything yet out loud to stand up to this bully who is leading our nation, now is the time. It doesn't matter if you don't have a platform or a following on any social media outlet. in your everyday life, in the very least. It's time to start acknowledging out loud and saying to friends and neighbors and church members and family members that this behavior by our president is not okay. We cannot let our children grow up witnessing our silence when these things happen. It's absolutely unfathomable to me that a sitting president would do this to a former president and the first lady. No matter their political disagreements, this is overt racism and it is wrong. Please speak out so that my children can see you and your example.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. Certainly, it was a very strong post in terms of voter fraud. Nobody knew that was at the end. If they would have looked, they would have seen it, and probably they would have had the sense to take.
No one realized that less than 12 hours after Trump released a video attempting to humiliate the Obamas, Obama swiftly took 3 actions that made Trump pay a heavy price. First, Obama's team quickly gathered evidence and submitted it to Wall Street investors who intended to support Trump. This caused a fundraising campaign that was planned to inject tens of millions of dollars into Trump to be canceled without warning. Second, Obama instructed his team to frequently release video material on presidential dignity, family values, and national dignity, and precisely pushed out clips of Trump's humiliating remarks. This highly impactful contrast directly changed Trump's poll base in several key districts, leaving him feeling suffocated by future data. Finally, Obama, together with the House Ethics Committee, launched a federal ethics accountability investigation against Trump, demanding a formal explanation for releasing racially discriminatory content that humiliated the Obamas and for abusing social media for malicious personal attacks. This move directly labeled Trump a racist and completely shattered the empty title of Great President that he had pursued throughout his life.
One comment stood out to many. Can black Americans stop referring to him as President Trump and just call him Donald Trump? He's not worthy of that respect. That sentence carries more weight than it looks. For many black Americans, calling someone president, it is about honoring the office, but respect supposed to be different ways. When a racist imagery is dismissed, when harm is minimized, people start asking why. Should we keep offering respect when it is not turning back to us, to our community as black people? Other comments ran into scrums, anger, and fatigue, not because people want conflict, but people, because humor has become shielded against constant disappointment. This comment section is not a random noise. It is a reflection of emotion exhaustion. Not outrage, not shock, just tiredness. Tired of lowering expectation, tired of explaining a story, tired of being told to move on when the behavior never changed. Why? What is important here is many comments are not even debating policy or anymore. They are debating basic decency. That alone say a lot about where the conversation in America has ended up. Guys, people feel like we are tired of always receiving racism from even the leader of the country, and people are around, they are just watching, they feel like this is joke from the president, but it is something big. There is a message behind Donald Trump was releasing to the society. I still have another clips. Let's watch them. I come back with a comment.
At this point, it's giving obsessed. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, stay tuned. So at this point, we are all well aware of President Trump's Truth Social post about the Obamas, yet again, during Black History Month. And it's really not giving political anymore. It's more like obsessive. Barack Obama has been out of the office for years, and yet President Trump keeps circling his name like he's stuck in 2009. That is not a coincidence. That's fixation. You see, Obama represents everything racists in America hate but can't deny. A black man was elected twice with no scandals, who's highly educated, who's also globally respected, is a faithful husband with a stable family, who's calm, articulate, and professionally unbothered. And that alone was enough to break white people. So let's talk about facts. Under Obama, the economy recovered from a 2008 crash. Unemployment dropped to historic lows. Millions gained health care through the Affordable Care Act. The auto industry was saved, student loan access expanded, and America's global reputation had improved. Yet notice how President Trump never critiques his policies. He always attacks his personhood. Because the issue was never what Obama did. The issue was that he did this while being black. That same obsession gets projected onto black people in America every single day. Despite all of the redlining, mass incarcerations, voter suppression, underfunded schools, and employment discrimination, so on and so forth, black Americans continue to build wealth, create culture, lead movements, innovate industries, and redefine success on our own terms. That kind of success is threatening to people whose identity depends on being above someone else. So when Trump brings up the Obamas during Black History Month, it's not accidental. It's just resentment. America chose a black family over him twice, and no true social rent will ever change that. Obama lives rent-free in this man's mind. And black excellence lives rent-free in America. Happy Black History Month.
Now just imagine if Obama had posted something racist about Trump. Imagine that. He wore a tan suit and the world shut down. But Trump can just post and people defend it. Yeah.
Hey, so to all the MAGA nut huggers, your president just literally debunked all of you himself and said that he had prior knowledge of that racist video he posted and that indeed his post was real and he does not regret it nor apologize for it. And he continues to say he is the least most racist president. This is America.
So part 2 is not about Trump. It is about what happens when respect become one-sided, when titles feel heavy than true, and when community start saying we have given enough praise. The comment are clear. People are not asking for perfection from reader. They are asking humanity. What do you think, guys? And when that missing, even the language people are using began to change because of what's coming up from the reader. Guys, that is my take. Read the comment, listen to the tone, and asking yourself what this means when entire community sounded exhausted instead of angry. Guys, remember that this is Lucas Take. Drop your thought. See you in the next one. I love you.